So, if you're ready for a new free plugin, you're in the right place. So let's talk about a new plugin called Molotok or Molotok, or I don't know how to pronounce this. Anyway, it's a plugin from Tokyo Dawn Records, just released last Saturday, so brand new, free to download. So let's just see what it can do.
Supercy.
Alright, Molotok by Tokyo Dawn Records. Free to download, as I mentioned. I will leave a link in the description. Now, if you use that link correctly, it will take you to this webpage. And if you're on the page and you scroll down a bit, here you can see the different packages to choose from. So just choose the appropriate one for you. Just download it, install it, simple as that. Now, Molotok is not the only plugin that was released last Saturday by Tokyo Dawn Records. Another plugin called Molot or Molot, something like that, was also released. Now, Molotok is kind of the simplified version of Molot. So the difference is Molot, it's very confusing. Molot has a bit more features, but it is also not free. So that's basically how it is. Now today we're only going to focus on Molotok. Now, once you've downloaded it, this is what it looks like. But what is it? Well, Molotok is a compressor. No more, no less. Anyway, let's take a look at the interface. Now the first thing you might notice is that it looks kind of old or classic. That might be a better word for it. It looks kind of classic, but interestingly enough, it is not modeled after some kind of old hardware compressor. This is just the way it looks. Not sure why. It could be because, you know, the word Molotok is Russian and it means something like little hammer. Molot, the name of the other plugin, is Russian for hammer. Molotok is little hammer. I didn't know that before. I had to look it up. But anyway, that's probably the reason why it kind of looks like an old Russian Jeep dashboard or something like that. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but that's what it looks like to me anyway. Alright, now let's take a look at the controls of this plugin. So first of all, here we have the threshold. Just below that we have the knee settings. Here we have the attack, release over here. We have a dry, wet mix settings. We have makeup gain, ratio, so basically all the usual suspects for a compressor, right? Now we also have a sidechaining high pass filter, something you won't see on every compressor. And down here we have a knob to select a certain compression style. Well, you know what? One of the nice things about all Tokyo Dawn Records plugins is that there is always some kind of question mark somewhere on the plugin. If you activate that, whatever you hover over, it will give you some information about that. So let's do that and let's hover over this knob. And what it says is it sets the compression style, as I mentioned. So alpha, the compressor, reacts almost immediately. Beta, a dual stage release circuit, is activated, which reduces overcompression artifacts on complex program material. And sigma, reaction is delayed and attacks passes through almost untouched. So as I mentioned, you know, you can select a certain style. Now to the right here we have the bypass knob, and just below that, let me hover over that, outputs the difference between the input signal and the output signal, and that is the delta knob, and that can come in pretty handy. So that is basically the interface of this plugin. There's one more thing I'd like to mention. Over here we have the gain reduction meter, and one nice thing about that is you can kind of zoom in or zoom out by just pressing either to the left or the right of the center. And as you can see, if you do that, you either zoom out or you zoom in, so you can see more detailed metering or zoomed out metering. So that's a nice little touch. Alright, now let's put it to the test a little bit. So I just grabbed a stock drum loop from Studio One. I'm going to play the loop and then I'm going to play around just a little bit with some of the knob of this compressor. And let's see what we can find out about it. Okay, let's go. Okay, that was pretty interesting. But what can I say about this thing? Well, first of all, let me say that this is basically a normal compressor. There really isn't that much, nothing really special about it. You could mention the sidechaining high-pass filter. Well, even that is pretty common already. Now, one thing which definitely is kind of special about it is that styles knob. You know, that knob where you can switch between alpha, bravo, and sigma styles. You can definitely hear a difference if you use that knob, so that's definitely something to check out. Other than that, in terms of features, it's just a normal compressor. Now, I also read about this, but I thought I could also hear a little bit of coloring going on, so some coloring to the sound. I would have to do a little bit more extensive testing to really check that out, but I thought I could hear some coloring there. But anyway, overall, and I'm a little bit biased in this because I'm kind of a fan of Tokyo Dawn Records plugins. They kind of feel a bit, I don't know, kind of premium to me, you know, because I just really like the way they sound. I like the way they operate. I just like those plugins, and this one just doesn't seem to be an exception to that, you know. So would I recommend it? Yeah, definitely, especially because it is absolutely free. You know, so go check it out for yourself and let me know what you think about it. Deal? Okay, so that's basically it for today. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to talk to you in the next video.